Hello there, people of the internet. I'm out here at the new range. I got my Swiss K31. I literally would not be out here if it was not for you people supporting me by giving me ammunition to do the kinds of content that I'm making, or by donating to Patreon, Utreon, buying shirts. I got some descriptions down below. You can do a one-time donation. Literally would not be out here if it was not for you guys. In my comments down below, just with the types of firearms content I make, I'm a military surplus guy. Love me some old milsurps, wood, steel, bolt actions. They're like just definitely my forte. They are definitely my forte. Absolutely love these old guns. But the types of people that I attract since I talk about these old guns tend to be people who also like these old guns. Nothing wrong with that. But the people that like these old guns tend to also not like modern guns, and the reasons that they give based off of them not liking those modern guns oftentimes leads to a lot of hypocrisy as to why they don't actually like it. For example, I hear a lot of people tell me just how fast a straight pull rifle can be, or just how fast the Lee Enfield system of rifle can be. How these rifles, although they're bolt action, you can cycle these rifles so rapidly that you essentially can fire them at the same speeds that you can for a self-loading rifle. As a matter of fact, the Germans thought the British had self-loading rifles when they went up against an Enfield system. But I hear people all the time preach to me about just how fast these rifles can fire. That being said, the same people who tell me, hey, this rifle can fire extremely fast, it is one of the best versions of a bolt-action rifle that you can have, those same sorts of people will tell me, you don't need that AR platform because it fires too fast. The same people who think that their old-school guns can fire extremely quickly are the same people who dislike guns that fire extremely quickly. So yeah, go ahead and let that one sink in for a minute. I have seen that numerous times. You don't need an AR platform because this bolt action, insert your choice of bolt action system here, will fire just fine, and it'll fire very rapidly. Or this old lever gun system right here, that'll fire extremely fast. You don't need a self-loading firearm because those fire too fast. Or if it's a self-loading firearm that they particularly enjoy, like, for example, you give them a Ruger Mini 14. Oh, dude, that's the best. I love me a Ruger Mini 14. Even though it fires the same exact thing as the AR-15 fires. They'll be all for the Ruger Mini 14 and 223-556 with a 30-round magazine. But you give them an AR in 223-556 and suddenly it's, oh, God, no, I don't need that. You don't need that. Nobody should own that. We need restrictions on these. But don't touch my Ruger Mini 14. Oh, it's just funny. It really is just funny. Or the people who brag about 30-06 has a tremendous amount of power. Nothing can beat it. It is the best cartridge out there in the world. You can load it for any sort of specifications and use it to take literally anything on the planet. 30-06, boom diada, boom diada. It is a particularly potent cartridge. And then they'll tell you, you don't need the AR-15 because it is too powerful, even though the 223-556 round is significantly less powerful than 30-06. Someone who is fine with you owning an M1 Grand in 30-06, which has a tremendous amount more force than an AR platform in 223, they will be fine with you owning that M1 Grand, but they will not be fine with you owning that AR platform simply because it's wood and steel. Lots of hypocrisy going on with the older generation. If I had more ammunition, this is the last round of GP11 that I got, and I would not have this for you guys if it was not for you guys. So this was actually sent to me by a viewer. This is my last round that I got out here, fired out of my Swiss K11. This particular one is the 399 one from RTI. So far, I like it. But if I had a magazine filled with this thing, then that's all I would hear about, just how fast these rifles could actually fire and cycle. I don't have a particular target out there. I feel like I should have a good target for my last round of GP11. I've got no idea, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this camera just like that. Hopefully you guys can see the range at least a little bit, and I'm gonna shoot the fire extinguisher. That was awesome. I shot right at the bottom of the fire extinguisher, so the blast from the round would send the fire extinguisher flying into the air. Yeet! That's the best part about these straight pull rifles. Incredibly fast rifle, and a lot of people will brag about the speed of these bolt action rifles. But at the same time, you can't own an AR because that fires too fast. Or something like this right here. Insert your choice of self-loading 22 long rifle. Basically, every Fudd, every boomer, every anti-AR gun guy out there will be like, hey, semi-auto 22 long rifle, love it, everyone should have one in every household, etc., etc. But these right here, granted they're not as powerful as 223, 556, but we can't make that argument because they're fine with you owning 30-06. These right here, being self-loading, can fire just as rapidly as an AR platform, assuming that it actually cycles. This is old ammo, no guarantee it'll actually cycle, but let's send some lead. Oh, there we go, we got ourselves a malfunction. Like I said, old ammunition. There we go, fired a couple of rounds that time. This thing is really good at malfunctioning though. Wonderful. Oh, that was a ricochet, that sounded awesome. Perhaps not the best example, because this right here is like just a bag of old 22 long rifle ammo that's probably about as old as I am. But proper 22 long rifle, plenty of people will tell you, semi-auto run them just fine, assuming your semi-auto is actually clean. They're fine with you firing those as fast as you can pull the trigger, but the second that it is a scary black rifle, suddenly they are not so fine with it. Speaking of scary black rifle, look what I found here. This right here is a 223 556 round. This particular one, M855 green tip, or SS109, I think the European designation is. Beauty about being out at a public gun range, lots of brass and random bits of ammunition lying all over the place. As a matter of fact, I also found a 9mm round. Look at that. I got the full gunfighter loadout right here. Wonderful. I wonder how much live ammunition is currently under my feet. I know last time I was out here, I found some 7.62 by 39 cartridges on the ground. Whew, that was a big hiccup. I found some 7.62 by 39 cartridges on the ground. That was pretty cool. Not fired, still cased. Look pretty fine. I added them to my arsenal for future video making. But hopefully you guys understand the point I'm trying to make whenever it comes to the hypocrisy of the Fudds and the boomers who will tell you, hey, you shouldn't have that because it's too powerful. Have this thing which is more powerful, or that thing fires too fast, but let me brag about this thing which fires extremely fast. Lots of hypocrisy whenever it comes to these things. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I will see you guys on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.